is TraXX FM's 240 with me, Double E. I just wish we was just the two of us, but we have friends in the studios. First and foremost, just let you know that we're going to be expecting Budget 2015 to be tabled on the 10th of October. And in conjunction with that, we at TraXX FM are going to be having special guests to come in the studio to shed some light and share their wish list, and also tell us a bit more about what they feel and what they expect in Budget 2015. And today, to kickstart the whole segment, I don't know if it happened in the morning, but right now on 240, I'd like to introduce to you our guest for today, Professor Dr. Susela Devi, who is the Dean, Faculty of Business and Information Technology for UNITAR International University. Professor, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Okay, you can call me Double D.
Yes.
You call me D, it's all good. And I also see you, I had a chat with you, and this is the first time being on radio.
Yeah.
So don't worry, just you having a chat with a friend.
That's right.
Okay, for the benefit of our listeners, could you just give us a brief background from where you come from and where you've been and where you are right now?
Well, going back, I qualified as a chartered accountant and worked in an audit firm for 7 years, and then joined the university. And I thought, education is the way to go, to produce the new generation of students who will, change society. So that's always been my aspiration. So I've been with the University of Malaya for 27 years. And
wow.
Last year I retired and thought, well, let's look at the other side of things, so go to the private sector. And so I'm with UNITAR. I've been there for 4 months.
And you're still an educator? You actually,
yes.
Lovely.
Yes.
And on behalf of us, thank you so much for actually continuing that journey of yours and your strive on educating the young and the future leaders of our nation. And today here in the studios, we're actually talking about the Budget 2015 and your line of expertise. Where do you actually come from, your focal point? In the university itself right now?
Yeah, I'm the Dean of the Business Faculty. So I'm a chartered accountant. So accounting is my cup of tea, and specifically international financial reporting standards.
Wow. That's something very heavy for me. And now, just to let our listeners know, this year's theme of the Budget 2015 will be accelerating growth, ensuring fiscal sustainability, and prospering the Rakyat. Now, we know that the whole GST thing was tabled last year, was brought forward, as some Malaysians are still not clear about the whole application and implication of GST to individuals, including me myself. I know I'm ignorant that way, but you just said, yes, it will affect us in so many different ways. But to you, for Budget 2015, in terms of small, medium entrepreneurs, and these people are actually coming up, we want people to, because the standards of living are getting higher by the day, cost of living as well. Now we can't be just thinking that, just like my father would say, those days I can buy a packet of nasi lemak for 5 cents. No, it's not those days anymore. Yeah. What do you have to say about that?
About the cost of living?
Yep, absolutely.
Definitely. The GST, although it's not intended, but I think the cost of living will generally go up. Just to share with you, 2 weeks ago, I was at the Mama stall, not really, the Chinese
restaurant.
Restaurant.
Okay.
Not even restaurant, coffee shop.
Coffee shop, okay.
And ordered a bowl of curry mee. And I didn't know. My husband had asked them to add some more ingredients.
Condiment, okay.
And so when the thing came and he said 7 ringgit, and I said, what? 7 ringgit? And he said, wait till the GST comes in, it's going to be more expensive. So I was trying to figure out how his bowl of curry mee is going to go up by, more than 7 ringgit when the GST comes in. So it's a lot of people may just use that as an excuse to just increase prices. Without knowing the consequences. It shouldn't lead to that much of an increase, but now I think the way it will be practiced,
it's going to be one of the challenges.
Just an excuse.
Yeah, we're going to be facing next April, if I'm not mistaken. That's when GST will be implemented here in Malaysia for the very first time. And just to continue having a chat with you about the upcoming 2015 budget. Now, as a Malaysian, we are hoping and striving towards 2020, and this budget would pretty much wrap up the whole Third Malaysia Plan.
Yep.
And next year onwards, we'll be heading towards 2020. It's the 11th Malaysia Plan.
That's right.
As a developed nation, how far you have seen us Malaysians have come from back then to date?
Well, we've come a long way. Cost of living has actually escalated quite a bit. And, you may not realize it, but if you go overseas and then you come back, it just hits you how much the prices have gone up.
Now, for someone like me who've not left the country, could you please give us an example of how is it like abroad and us here in Malaysia? If it's going to hit you hard, what to expect?
Well, generally, it's hard, but what I'm focusing on is you see the graduates, for example, who graduate, right?
Yep.
With the salary that they're going to receive, it's really doubtful whether they can actually manage, especially if they are, going to rent a premise, rent a house and the transport and all that. So it's quite a worrying thing, and I've always thought about, so all my 3 girls are staying at home with me while they're working, because otherwise they cannot manage on the salary they're getting.
Okay.
So it is, and on top of that with GST, it will impact.
Now, when we come back, we're going to take a short break and come back and talk about can we actually prepare the kids in school these days to be equipped with what they can for the future, because there was an article in the recent newspaper of trying to get students or people, our workforce, our skilled workers abroad to come back and actually give their bit back to Malaysia, but with, like what you mentioned, the cost of living, if it's going to keep on increasing and the wages at work will not increase exponentially, it's just going to be one-sided and things may just look differently. This is TraXX FM's 240. My name is Double D. We're having a chat with Professor Dr. S. Susela Devi, who is the Dean in Faculty of Business and Information Technology, UNITAR International University. We'll take a short break and come back and continue chatting. If you do have a question regarding the budget 2015, what you can do is send me a text message, TX space, your name, your question, and send it to 32776. Or you can always pick up the phone and give me a call at 03-2282-5491 or 03-2282-4746. This is TraXX FM. The greatest band to ever roam this planet, Queen, I Want It All. This is TraXX FM 240 with me, Double D. And in the studios, once again, talking about Budget 2015. If you don't know when it's going to be tabled, on the 10th of October, just to let you know, we at TraXX FM will always bring you the latest with the Budget 2015. And in the studios today, I've got Professor Dr. S. Susela Devi, who's the Dean of the Faculty of Business and Information Technology, UNITAR International University. Professor, welcome back to the studios. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty and the details here. Now, do you think the budget will be sufficiently address the 9 challenges? Now, the thing is, what are the 9 challenges? Please explain to me, what are these 9 challenges?
Okay, it's very interesting. The 9 challenges have been identified. And first challenge is to establish a united Malaysian nation made up of one Bangsa Malaysia. Okay. The second challenge is creating a psychologically liberated, secure and developed Malaysian society.
Okay.
Third challenge, fostering and developing a mature democratic society. Fourth challenge, establishing a fully moral and ethical society. Fifth challenge, establishing a matured, liberal and tolerant society. Sixth challenge, establishing a scientific and progressive society.
Okay.
Seventh, establishing a fully caring society. Eighth one, ensuring an economically just society in which there is a fair and equitable distribution of the wealth of the nation. And the last one, number 9, establishing a prosperous society with an economy that's fully competitive, dynamic, robust and resilient.
Okay, now I know these 9 challenges, and we are actually facing some problems to actually attain and achieve some of these challenges which you just mentioned. But will this budget 2015, will it actually help for us to achieve all and overcome these 9 challenges?
Well, I hope so.
Okay.
But in a nutshell, what I feel is that this calls for a sustainable education blueprint.
Okay.
Addressing educational needs from early childhood to adult learners and continuous education.
And with the current situation of what's going on with the UPS examination, all that, yes, it's going to be a huge
major challenge.
Yes, major challenge
into, especially, I question how we can achieve challenge number 4, a fully moral and ethical society.
Right. And with the budget, what do you hope for 2015 when it comes to fulfilling and overcoming that challenge?
Yeah. So from that perspective, I think there's a great need for school leavers to be properly nurtured and given a holistic education to enter the workforce with the first world class mentality and work culture.
Okay.
And in this regard, it's important to have a concerted effort by regulators, the MOE, MQA, society at large, to encourage school leavers to enter programs at public, private higher education institutions.